Why, good morning, you beautiful souls. I was scrolling for like 3 minutes. I had no idea if it was going to start yet. Um, Welcome to our Sunday Satsang and this new practice that we're really diving into this month, and that focus, that highlight of the I am presence. And there's nothing more, I would say, conflated than the love for this experience. We have so much of our investment of our beingness really attached to and identified with the temporary, that we don't come to really appreciate the subtlety and the profundity of that I am sense of being that is the ground of our sense of self. And this morning, we're really going to be exploring that because there's nothing more important than marinating in that light in which you are, that observer. It comes back to that old age, I guess you'd say timeless saying of, can the observer be observed? Can the witness be seen? And that's kind of what we're going to be doing this morning. So again, we're going to be going through that. You can call it the 10-step process of relaxation, of really dropping away and peeling back those layers so we can explore the love that is our beingness. So go ahead and get your last few wiggles out. I lovingly invite you into the space of the heart, and that gateway to the throne and the soul, the love that is. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, take a long, deep inhale. And as you exhale, chant a mighty Om. Open the mouth, relax the jaw, allow that A note to resonate like a sigh of relief. And as you close the mouth, the U and the M will form naturally. Release the breath here, taking a big exhale, emptying the body of air. Pay no attention to the happenings of the day, of the story of the character that is your beingness. Simply marinate in the very action of rest itself. If you don't already, ensure you have a smile on your face. For it's here we fall in love with this practice, this inner looking, this great mystery in our exploration of it. That childlike curiosity sparked with every breath. When you hear this final tap of the singing bowl, shift your attention to the bell as it fades back into that silence. So too, shift your gaze towards the quiet, the calm. Begin to envision yourself, your physical body, wherever you're sitting, wherever you're lying down. And as you take a deep breath here, imagine that golden light, that aura of power, of strength, of divine nature itself. Envision it engulfing the areas that are going to be spoken upon. Taking a deep breath again, envisioning that golden light covering the toes, all the way up to the ankle. Taking a deep breath here. Filling up both feet with as much light and love as you can with your breath. And as you exhale, we release the tension. Still in that mind's eye, envision yourself glowing in that golden light. In our next breath here, we focus on the ankle all the way up to the knee. Filling ourselves up with that radiating love from the tip of the toes all the way up to the knee. And as again we exhale, we release the tension in the entirety of the shin and the lower leg. Taking a deep breath, focusing on that knee all the way up to the hip. We breathe in that love, that light. Allowing the legs to relax as we release the breath. Our energy flows effortlessly, freely, and fully. Our next focus is the perineum, the glutes, the hips themselves, as we fill up the groin with that love and light. Again, we take a breath to release all the tension as it drops away. From here, we focus on the coccyx, the base of the spine, that root chakra, and inhale that golden light radiating and covering the spine as it creeps and climbs up past the navel, filling up the entirety of the gut with that golden light. And as you release the breath again, the lower abdominal wall, that lower back all relaxes. In our next breath, we envision that golden light covering the crest of the ribs, all the way up to the collarbone, the armpits, our entire torso, from the hips down, radiating that golden light, just as our stomach and our chest are. Taking in a deep breath here, we fill up the fingertips to the wrist. The entirety of the palm glows and radiates with that light. And as we release the breath, the hands relax and open up. Taking one more breath here, we fill up the wrist to the elbows with that golden light. Our exhale relaxing the forearms entirely. And again, focusing on the arms from the elbow up to the shoulder, we take a deep breath here. Again, filling ourselves up with that golden light and release the breath, dropping away all tension. As we take another breath here, we focus on that armpit all the way up to the base of the neck. And as we fill up that tip of the toes all the way up to the bottom of our neck with that golden light, we release the breath fully here. And bring our attention to just the neck itself. Filling up each and every vertebrae with that golden loving light with our breath to the base of the skull. We ensure that we're sitting upright, that when we're lying down, we're fully elongated. And as we release the breath, we continue just to rest in that calm, that effortlessness, that peace. Envision that golden light now radiating from the bottom of the chin. And as we breathe in, almost as if we're filling up a glass, the areas of the jaw, the tongue, the lips, the cheeks, the nose, the ears, the eyes, the forehead, the skull and crown of it itself all relax. And together, we're going to take a deep breath, filling up the tip of the toes all the way to the crown of the skull with that golden light to again calm and relax the form. Exhale and release all of the air in your body now. And take a deep breath. As you slowly draw in that air, filling up the body with as much air and chi, that prana and vital force of life as you can, envision your body radiating and glowing with that loving light. From here, release the breath whenever the body feels called to. One. As you continue to take deep breaths here, we release the identification, the need, and necessity to adhere to every bodily sensation as we take a step back within our experience, just observing the body itself. 2. Again, taking a deep breath here, we sever and let go of the emotional attachments, so we may simply observe the happenings as the temporary phenomena they are, knowing that as the body drops and rests, so too the emotional fires within it. 3. And long inhale here. We allow the mind to settle so we can simply observe that quiet, that calm, that peace, even between the thoughts, the stillness, that ground of our being. No longer identifying with the temporary, we simply remain as that witness to it all. 4. With the body resting and its many intangible states calmed and the dust settled, we take a deep breath here, relaxing the energetic system and body. So all of that breath, that life, this energy of love may flow freely and fully in this exploration of self. 5. As we take another deep breath here, we let go of that physical identification, that attachment to this character we've created. We let go of the temporary aspect and come back to that sense of self before we were even named and held on to concepts. But to remain as that intangible force, that consciousness, that sense of self that witnesses all inner and outer experiences. 6. As you take a deep breath here, we remember that everything within this physical reality is but energy. Allowing ourselves to no longer hold on to a dense physicality, but to remember that everything is fluid, everything is energy, everything flows. And it's here the relaxation deepens. The sense of observation becomes more clear, as we no longer see this physical realm as a dense world, but a dance of energy, ethereal, light, airy. 7. Taking a deep breath here, it's coming fully into that recognition that this energetic playground is one of light, and that form of manifested love, that sense of self which our I am comes from is that same source of love and light. And as we exhale, we release the temporary pains and woes and collection of experiences and simply marinate in that love that is the being. 8. And as the body begins to breathe on its own, and you simply rest within yourself, marinating in that emptiness, that stillness, you further that recognition that that in which you're observing, that peace, that calm, is but the aroma of you. It is not you itself, but is the perfume of your beingness. 9. And as we continue to rest, even in that same understanding that what we are cannot be directly seen or expressed, come to fall in love with that peace. We come to fall in love with all that is. 9. Fully letting go. That surrender and acceptance to what is. We go beyond that concept of otherness, shifting our attention fully to that I am presence, that sense of self, our own witnessing, the observer in which you are, that eternal witness. We give that our love and attention. Come back to that ground of being and recognize it's here in which this great mystery and the search of what life is and what we are originates from. Going to explore and understand this window of awareness in which we are. It's that love of the I am. It's that love of the self, when correctly pointed at. We can come into the beauty, the bliss, the magic that is this experience. Yet it's falling in love with that pureness in which we are, not the temporary that it's attached to. For in the sense of this waking state and living life, so much of our identification is given to these temporary happenings, thus taking the beauty, the love, the satisfaction, the grace away from all that is, and highlighting something that is but a backdrop. When we miss the ground, the foreground of all that is, we lose sense, not only the beauty, but the importance of every aspect of this experience. It's the I amness that allows us to live in that gratitude, to live in that love and appreciation, that effortlessness for all experiences that arise are the divine film in which we are witnessing. Falling in love with that pureness of our I am is what gives us the strength to persevere. It washes away the tensions. It opens up the heart when it just wants to close down. For the very nature of our sense of self, that I am presence is that love and light of life itself. Yet only when we truly clear the ground of our own being can we give it the appreciation, the praise that it deserves. So give reverence to yourself, that God and goddess of manifestation and creation you are, and recognize that that window of awareness flows to the mountaintop. That is the ground of being for all of us. And that journey of self all arises for this running back to the ocean, the return to source, the recognition of what truly is, through the only window that you truly live and get to experience, your own. Love for the I am is all that's ever needed. For through it, you come back to that state of oneness. You come to understand that these seemingly other people and beings all have the same eternal essence that gives you life. It changes that sense of self and transcends the I am from an individualized, isolated, and fear-driven detachment into an intimate, indifferent love. So allow yourself to fully rest within your own being. Put your pure sense of I am on the pedestal as it deserves and come to analyze it, understand it, from that recognition that you are the researcher, the subject of research, and the teacher and the student, all at once. Come to cultivate this light of love. Come to marinate in this peace. And know that this is an infinite ocean of exploration. There's nothing that's holding you back. So fall in love. Give that pure I am presence within you your full attention and focus, and watch what drops, watch what comes and goes. But most importantly, always remain in that remembrance of what never leaves you. The beauty of the I am, that ground of being that is the divine. For you'll come to understand that in this exploration of self, our sense of me never changes, never fades, never dies. The depth of it merely grows and expands and opens up into such a beauty we can't even comprehend or put it into words. But we exist and we live it. We embody it. And you hear this last tap of the singing bowl. Take a long, deep inhale. Again, as you rest and simply shift your attention towards that I am presence within you, allow the body to chant Om. In that knowing, in that light, that that divine chord is but another way of saying I am. So hold that light, hold that stillness, that love, that calm in your heart. As you release the breath here, taking an exhale. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. And I love you so much. Thanks for tapping in. I hope you had an amazing and relaxing start to your morning with this satsang. That dropping away the 10-step process to relaxation is one of the tools that I think is very important to come to practice, like daily, honestly, if you can, morning and night, because later on in the month, we're going to kind of take that practice to the next step, which is doing the first step all in one breath rather than isolating the body. So we can really dive deep and go beyond those 10 steps of relaxation. As our sense of I am and that reverence that we really give it continues to develop throughout this month, we're going to be able to dive deeper into that pureness of being. And there's a lot of layers to it. That's the cool thing about this. It's an infinite exploration. It's one big ocean. And when you empower yourself with that love of the search, that childlike curiosity, magic happens. It truly is beautiful. There's nothing that can compare. So I hope that This satsang brings you back to that sense of giving praise and love and appreciation towards the fullness of you, that I am presence, that divine light, not the temporary things, not the emotional things, not the physical sensations, not the thoughts, but you. Again, the you before you were named. So I hope you had an amazing start to your morning. I hope you have an amazing day. And I will see you Wednesday, you beautiful soul. And as always, in the fruit of knowledge offer a seed. And in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all who ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. I love you so much. Thanks for checking things out. And as always, feel free to drop a question, email, comments, whatever. I'm definitely curious how this exploration of the I am has been impacting your practice. So, holla at your boy and take care. Peace.